Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Sanctuary. This channel is creating a safe space for healing. And this morning, it's Friday morning. We are coming to the end of the week for most of us. Coming on the weekend, I am very blessed that my children get to be with me on the weekends. I really enjoy their company and being able to help them have a good time. So this weekend, we're going to get ready for Halloween. And so trying to help them get their costumes. I'm trying to make costumes, and they're not really that great. But they're homemade. Anyway, you can also go to places like Goodwill or Savers or places like that and get some pretty inexpensive costumes. So we may end up doing that this weekend if we're not able to get the costumes made properly. So sometimes what's in my head and then what I actually see in my life are two different things. So here on Friday, let's take a look at the energy update, the overall energy. Put some Reiki energy into the deck. Pull a card. The North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. So it's really great to take a look at your North Node. It helps you understand your purpose, your path. For some people, it's like the karmic path here in this lifetime. And we have very often, our North Node asks us to step out of our comfort zone, to go into a new paradigm or a new direction. So my North Node is in Capricorn, and it is in the third house, which is communication. And so I have a Gemini, so it's kind of nice that my North Node is in my house. I think that helps a little. So I was listening to MJ, and she's, from Soulful Revolution. She talks a lot about the North Node and does a really awesome class. I took the class and I really enjoyed it, and I often review it. And in the class, she kind of boiled it all down. And Capricorn, it's the goats climbing the mountain, is the leader. And she's like, the way you say it is to pursue. So you don't just sit back and let the flow happen as much. There's a little bit more striving forward with the Capricorn to pursue. And when it's the third house, is to pursue telling your story or telling your truth, speaking your truth, speaking your story, speaking and talking and communicating verbally and non-verbally in other ways. So to pursue telling your story or telling the truth. And so hopefully over time in this channel, I can spend some time sharing more about my story, about my truth, and stepping out of your comfort zone. It's kind of interesting. When my dad died, I felt like he gave me a message, and it said, there is no right way. There's only the way of the heart. And so, following our heart, having connection with where we're being led through our heart is really the way or the truth. And not everyone thinks that, but that's how I see it. And I thought that he put that really nicely. And, I spent a lot of time in my childhood being told there's only one way to do things. Really by my mom and my dad. And so for that to be the message as he's passing on, that there isn't a right. This is the only right way, that there isn't such a thing. There's only the way of the heart. And so this North Node, I think, leads you with your heart better. So as you connect with your North Node. So the opposite for me is the South Node. And so in my past lives, I was in my South, which is Cancer. So I spent a lot of time nurturing, being the mother. And Capricorn is more out there doing and getting it done, and kind of a father male energy. And so I am, in a way, if you think of my South Node being Cancer and my North Node being Capricorn, I'm balancing the masculine and the feminine in my life. Having had a real strong feminine standpoint in the past, and now dealing with things more from a masculine type direction. So you could take a look at your North Node. I think like Sagittarius and Gemini are opposites. So let's say maybe your North Node is Gemini, your South Node is Sagittarius, and how that will kind of influence your path. So your path might be aligned with your career, or it may not. So, my primary career was teaching dentistry. So I'm a dentist, but most of my career I taught dentistry, which is very Cancer, nurturing type of activity. And so to move into more of an entrepreneurial role is really where I'm going on this life path in this incarnation. Okay, so the North Node is an awesome, fascinating thing to think about and talk about. So let's take a look at the opportunity of the day, at the thing that will be blocking you, and the thing that will benefit you in this opportunity. Reiki energy of the deck, the opportunity, the block, and the benefit. So the underline of today is the Ten of Swords. So in this card, it's kind of like being stabbed in the back a lot of times. One way I've heard of the Ten of Swords is that you're kind of coming to the end of 10 years of trials and tribulations, and now you're going into a new energy. The Ten of Swords is all about the end, the 10. So we're moving past that energy of pain and suffering and going into a new life. And so that really makes sense that the opportunity is the Death card. So death itself can be a very positive thing. It's a time for a transition into a new life, into a new experience. All of us go through the birth and the death scenario. To me, the Death card also illustrates kind of that moving on into a new life, death to this life and moving to the new life. So really that's what both of these cards are about. So this opportunity, both kind of underneath and in front of you, is a rebirth today, heading toward a new life. And that totally makes sense for this week, because several times this week you're dealing with your shadow self, and with understanding some deep, dark shadows being reborn. And so that opportunity is still coming on in this week, is this concept of being able to be reborn. So the thing that's going to be your block is the Lovers. So the Lovers card can traditionally either has to do with a love relationship or a decision that needs to be made. It's kind of like either this or that. Where do you go? And so the block might be indecision, or it may be that there is a relationship that's in the way of your transformation. Now, that doesn't mean that it's your romantic relationship necessarily, but somebody that you really love and care about is getting in the way of this transformation that's going to happen for you. And the thing that would benefit you, the Page of Pentacles, this message coming in that has to do with abundance. Abundance, the abundance with anything of this world. So in this case, anything worldly could be the message, anything physical coming in and telling you, this is the decision that needs to be made, and you need to listen to them, because this person looks like whoever they went to didn't take the opportunity, didn't listen to them in their message. They look kind of like discouraged and disappointed. And so it might be, because this card came out, there may be something today with this rebirth that has to stepping into your North Node more. And as you step into your North Node, you make that decision, the conscious decision to do that. There are going to be like messages and opportunities today that come in to help you with that. You're not alone. You don't have to do this alone. You can do this in connection with your higher self, the angel beings, the ascended masters, the ancestors, the spirit guides, the animal totems, whatever you're connecting with today. You're being asked to have a lot of courage and strength to face some things you haven't faced before, to look at some things that you haven't looked at before. But know that the result of that is this true rebirth, this transition, this movement from being in a lot of pain and having that come to an end. The Hierophant, tradition. I'm being drawn to the sun. Today, there'll be something to do with tradition. It could be that you're going to have to go against tradition, step out of your comfort zone in some ways. Something to do with tradition. You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone and walk into a new path. So let's take a look at this card. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Okay, this is in the book, for the Moonology book. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow. And that's what this card is about. Leave the past behind. And this one, leave the past behind. And this often is the past, the traditions of the past. Leave the past behind. So what decision are you going to make to leave the past behind? It's time to leave the past behind because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life purpose. Earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday, we were looking at releasing your fear, doing things that scare you. So you might want to take a look at that video and see how it resonates as well. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction to take action. So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Why did I wait so long? So like I was saying, for my North Node is pursue telling your truth. Why did I wait so long knowing who I am, who I need to be in this world? North Node is where the moon crosses the eclipse going north. It's a karmic point on the horoscope chart that shows you what you need to do and where you need to go with your life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. So if you are struggling with dissatisfied, unhappy, not feeling fulfilled in your life, taking a look at your North Node in your chart is one way that will really help you. That is something that I could help you with, help you get your chart pulled, help you find your North Node. I've helped many people do that and look at both the North Node, the placement and the house, and also Chiron of your wound, your natural wound that needs to be healed, and see that placement. And so I find that when I help people with those two things, it helps them a lot more knowing what their life purpose is, what they're here for. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments or email me, and I will be glad to help you with that journey as part of your healing journey and walking into your true purpose. Well, thank you for coming to these readings this week. And anybody who's been here all week, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And if this is your first day, feel free to go back and see how the week played out and how it could benefit you. If these videos benefit you, please share. And if you're interested in seeing more, subscribe, hit the notification bell and the like button. The like button will help YouTube know that you enjoy the video and you want to hear more. And also, if you comment, we can talk back and forth and be more of the community. So let me know if there's any particular types of readings that you would be interested in. During the weekend, I want to put out a relationship / self-love reading that will just look at relationships. And then if you guys are interested Sorry about that. If you guys are interested in zodiac readings, let me know, and we can do those for the month and maybe for the week. We'll see how it goes. And anything else, let me know. And I will see you guys next week.